Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
This offense begins and ends with Ezekiel Elliott. He played in only 10 games last year after leading the league in rushing as a rookie, but still led the league in rushing yards per game for the second year in a row. When he gets his hands on the football, everyone comes to the edge of their seat.
Prescott looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Dak finding the former Jag Hurns for the Dallas first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A second down throw for Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that to come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a Niner first down. Garoppolo to Garçon.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here again is McKinnon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here come the Cowboys. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green, 30.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Now the Niners get there and bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue, land it.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 58 yards. And the 49ers were able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Off the bootleg. White on the move to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only complete.
Holding offense.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw on 2nd down, here's White. Escaping, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Earl Mitchell in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd down, it's Austin. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
1:59 to go in the 1st half. Back to the booth right after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The 49er defense now heading back out there. And they've created a major first-half storyline with the pressure they've been able to create.
And I know that...
Detroit! All right, here we go.
On 1st down, it's White. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eli Harold in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's White throwing on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And taken at the 46. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll throw here. Beathard and Garrett Selleck here on the completion. Touchdown, 49ers. Garrett Selleck, 46 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Now Gold for the extra point.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
Out comes Michael Gallup and company as they take the field. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. White off the bootleg. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Gone! Here we go now. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
And he finds his tight end, Selleck. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Hot.
Here's Beathard to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And Gold is able to put it through. So we have reached half. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months. Already we're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. Then he'll take this time. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it First to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Beathard now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Hurry up, here we go.
This is Breida. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup that time, so he got more than half of it back. But it's still a 3rd and 8.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. But forget knowing where the first down line was. His defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
They'll try and throw for it here. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, When you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He'll buy some time right. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter with his man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
They're able to locate Wilson. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Off the bootleg. White rolling to his left. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, it's. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Yeah. Money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front. I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back. 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 With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gangsta, don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, for Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen, I was by the stove. Big inside this case is once. Do me dirty, I'ma find you lay your out on the floor. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone, I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now
all right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Watson on first down, eluding the pressure right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, it's Watson. Out to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for loss.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. First down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
first down throw for Prescott. Rolling to his right. He's airing it out into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. Able to slither by. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
And here comes the Texans now. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Take it at the 37. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson going for the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going for it. It's Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Here we go, 46. Here we go. All right, there you go, 46, 46. 46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Flush to his right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On first down, Watson. Going up top for Miller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. A good pick up there of 20 yards. On first and 10, Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Steps away. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Prescott from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. That's caught at the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Bailey able to knock it through. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Hey, 46. Let's go. Let's go. 46.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pass incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
When everything is in sync on defense, that means everyone's communicating really well, and sometimes it's nonverbal. They just know that when a receiver's in one spot, this person may have him, and he's in another spot, the next defender may have him. And they've squeezed the passing lanes down to where it's so difficult to find an open area to deliver the football. They've made it tough on them all game long.
Check 41. 46. Good. 46.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 23. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. On second down, here's Watson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw on second is Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Watson now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Throwing on third down, Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. Chet, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Number 46. Number 46. Back. Number 46. Number 47. 46.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He hits Beasley right side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
46.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Prescott on 1st down. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Miller on the catch over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Watson to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Room here to run. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Richmond.
To throw on 2nd down. Watson caught left side Hopkins. And down inside the 15 he goes. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Buying time to his left. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller from 13 yards out. And the Texans will extend their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
46.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one who finally gets him down for what will wind up being a loss of 16 yards. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They'll go with Foreman, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt. And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
46.
Prescott down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're buried deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. 2nd down, Prescott. Flushed out right. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's fourth.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. Pushing his way through. Fighting through, and he's got space. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they manage.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Prescott to throw it. Oh, Prescott stripped, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where for the... And now here's another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it take it away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Watson's going to throw it here, eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he comes back with one complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A good pick up there, a 22.
Gun. There we go.
First down, Prescott. Dancing to his left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And now it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott yet again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play. But when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Going deep for Hopkins. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.